We have been so honored to have this guy in our neighborhood several times now in the past couple of years. PC, how many frequent flyer miles do you have?
I don't know exactly how many miles I have. Southwest doesn't tell me that. I fly almost exclusively with Southwest, but I can tell you that last calendar year I took 104 flights on Southwest alone. So racked up a few miles in the process.
Holy smokes. Folks, this guy goes coast to coast. And again, we've been honored to have him in our neighborhood several times in recent times. And for our final segment here, PC, we wanted you to talk about teacher morale because I've seen it, you've clearly seen it. Any teacher who's watching this has seen it. Probably students who are watching this have seen it. These last couple of years, of course, have been really rough everywhere, all levels, boom, boom, boom. And we wanted you to share some ideas about things to do for teacher morale. And I tell you what, for those students who are watching this, take notes because your help is needed in this regard. It's not just for adults, it's for everybody. So PC, go ahead, take it away.
Thank you, Scott, and I appreciate the opportunity to be here and to present here today. Let's see if I can get my screen to play so we can share this thing. I've got a ton of ideas. I know I was only supposed to go for like 12 or 13 minutes, and so I'm going to talk as fast as I can because I want to get through as many of these as I can. I'll share this presentation with Scott later today, and then he can send it out. I'm sure he's going to send some type of wrap-up email as well. Number one, and I heard one of the schools previously talking about this, is tailgating at home games. This is specifically for your staff, and so each Friday night we would have a different department that was in charge of all of the food and the drinks and all that good stuff. So the first game might be English department, second game is history department, so on and so on, but a cool way that you can divide that up. Holiday parties, we always hosted a holiday party at our house every year right before the winter break, before the Christmas break. Does everybody come? No, but the people that do come, we have an absolute blast and we play Dirty Santa and all that kind of good stuff. Again, it's just a fun way to get people together outside of the walls of the schoolhouse. Every spring, we would always take a kayaking or a canoeing trip. We had the Caney Fork River is just a little bit east of Nashville there. And so we would take a staffulty kayaking trip, and you could bring your spouse or your significant other. And it was just a super fun day. And again, just a cool way to get together with your colleagues outside of the schoolhouse. End of the year cookout. This became a big tradition. It's something that they still do at Portland High School, still to this day. On one of those last days after the kids have left the building, but the teachers still have to be there to wrap up grades and all that fun stuff. We would bring in all these grills and we would have steaks and pork chops and all this like different food. And it was just a fun way to kind of end the school year and to be able to break bread with your colleagues. Group outing during the summer. Think about things like baseball games, picnics at a park, going to a water park, an outdoor movie night. If you have a portable big screen that you could put up out on your football field or somewhere in a parking lot and play a movie out there. Again, is everybody going to come? No, but we're going to celebrate and we're going to have fun with the ones that do. Staffulty talent show. We would do this one at the end of the school year. This was part of our senior week. And so it was specifically for the seniors as a way of saying thank you and congratulations for getting to this point in your educational career. But it was also a huge team builder and just like it built so much camaraderie between our staff members as well. Some of them could get up there and legit sing, play guitar, like do cool stuff. We had a group of ladies that were the glow girls. And so they would literally cover themselves in glow sticks and the lights would be out and they would do these dances. A lot of different things that you can do there with the Staffulty talent show. Karaoke, a number of different ways that you can do this. You can set it up in your auditorium. I guarantee you, your theater teacher can set up 2 or 3 microphones. All of the songs are on YouTube. You plug your phone in, you got karaoke right there at the school. Or maybe you have a local establishment that you can go to for a karaoke night as well with your staff. Prizes and or games during staffulty meetings. Almost every educator dreads the staffulty meeting because a lot of times it's things that are getting said in there that could have been written in an email and it wastes a lot of our time. It's like, let's just be real, right? But how can we add some fun to those meetings? And so maybe you're giving away some prizes, maybe you're playing some games, some icebreakers, whether it's at the beginning or at the end, doing some different staffulty shout outs, some recognition ideas. How can I flip the script on that stereotypical staff meeting? BYOB. In this case, stands for Bring Your Own Banana. This is a popular idea in the Renaissance community. So on a day of a staff meeting, I put bananas in every staff member's mailbox. I make an announcement that day. Hey, before you come to the staff meeting, make sure that you go and you check your mailbox. They go in there, they get the banana, they're like, what is this for? But then they come into the staff meeting and I've got ice cream, I've got Hershey syrup, I've got sprinkles, and it's a banana split party. And it's my way of saying, hey, thank you for everything that you're doing here to make our school the great place that it is. We've got this, we're gonna get through this thing, and I'm super, super proud of you. Taco bars during open house or parent teacher conference night, or any type of food, really. Sometimes we would bring in pizza or different things like that. But when you have those parent teacher conference nights, make sure that you provide food and drinks for your staff members there as well. Student council can provide lunch at the beginning of the school year on those staff development days where the staff has to come in. I know every district's a little bit different, but ours was usually 3 or 4 days before we had students in the building. So on one of those days, our student council would cater the lunch. And in addition to that, they would then have the opportunity to introduce themselves to all the staff members. So it was a great way for the staff to get to know them, as well as for the students to get to know some of the staff members. Staffulty music video. This became a yearly tradition for us as well. It started out, this was way back in the day. We did Call Me Maybe. And so we had all the different scenes from in the schoolhouse to on the school bus and around town and all that good stuff. But it was just a lip sync video of the staff doing something to a song. We've done Taylor Swift, Shake It Off. There's a ton of different ones. But again, it's a fun thing and the kids absolutely love it. We would show that on our first day of school, our back to school bash event. Game nights or trivia nights, and you can use your Renaissance kiddos or your student council kids to provide childcare in the gym. And so maybe it's just a 1 hour event where you have different games, or you have the trivia night, you got the childcare built into it. And again, it's an opportunity for your kids to build some relationships with your kids and with yourselves as well. Just a cool, easy idea that you could do there. Going back to the staff meetings, instead of standing up there and talking about things that, again, could be sent out in an email, what if every staff meeting you had a random walkabout with random partners, 20 minutes just to get to know other people about things that are not school related? So think about questions like, if you could travel anywhere, where would you go and why? If you could see any band perform that you haven't seen before, who would it be and why? What was your favorite memory as a child? Let's give our staff members the opportunity to get to know one another on a personal level, to establish some of those relationships. Because again, if we don't have the same planning period, I never see you. And if I do see you, it's just in passing. And it's like, hey, how's it going? Oh, I'm doing great. How are you doing? Oh, I'm doing great too, right? Like the world could be falling down around us, but the answer is always, I'm doing great. How often do we create these opportunities intentionally for our staff members to be able to cultivate and establish relationships? Easy idea that you can do right there. Escape rooms, I know those are like wildly popular amongst all ages. That's something that you could do for a staff meeting as well, or a breakout room, put them into grade levels or in departments for competitions. Scavenger hunt, this could be on campus or off campus. My friend Julie Diaz did this every year at Travis High School. I actually have the instructions and I can send those to Scott so that he can send those out as well. It was a really, really cool thing that she did down at Travis High School down in Texas. And so there'd be different things like you have to go to the local fire department and take a group picture with the firemen. You have to go to the local Chick-fil-A and take a picture with the manager that's on duty, and all these different things that they would do for the staff scavenger hunt. It was cross-curricular team. So again, I'm establishing relationships with some people I don't normally see, and I'm getting faces out into the business community. I'm establishing some of those community partnerships in the process. I love that idea there. Hobby groups on your campus. Think about things like a running team, a scrapbooking club, yoga club, bar club, sewing club, anything that your staff members might be interested in and might want to be involved in. Again, is everybody going to do it? No, but for the ones that do, it gives them something to belong to and something to look forward to, whether it's once a month or once a week, however it is that you set that up on your campus. Friday donuts and coffee. Maybe you can't do it every Friday. Maybe it's just the first Friday of every single month. But again, something to look forward to for your staff member. Classroom yard sale each semester. My educators, stuff builds up in your room. You have all this stuff, like it's just everywhere. Anytime you have to move classrooms, right? It's like amazing how much stuff you have. And you're like, I didn't even know I had that thing, right? So at the beginning of each semester, have a classroom yard sale. All the things that you don't need, put them on the table outside in the hallway. Other teachers can come around and take what they need. Stuff that you don't need, donate that to a different school in the district, or maybe there's some school supplies that students that have needs that can't be met by their parents or adult supporters, that they could have those as well. Alma mater wars based on the colleges that they attended with different games and challenges. Now, if you have somebody like I lived in Tennessee, and if I had somebody at my school that went to Oregon State University, they're probably going to be the only person there from Oregon State, right? And so somebody's just going to adopt them into their group. But then this is just a fun thing that you can do throughout the school year, alma mater wars. Birthday buddies or Secret Santas, this type of thing for random acts of kindness throughout the school year. I know a lot of schools do that. That's an easy idea there. Staffulty playlist creation. This is super easy and a super fun one. Every staff member gives you their one go-to pump up song, that song that comes on and you just can't sit still. For me, Thunderstruck, AC/DC. Angus goes into that opening riff, it's on, right? So everybody gives you their one go-to song. I put those things together into a Spotify playlist, and then I distribute it out to my entire staffulty. You're going to learn some things about some of your colleagues that you didn't know. And it's just a fun, simple activity that you can do for team building purposes. Book clubs. This is something I would do with all of my new staff members. A lot of my veteran staff members join this as well. But some of them were educational books and some of them were non-educational books as well. But again, one of those clubs to get people involved in to help to build some of that teamwork and camaraderie. Finish the lyrics game. You can do this at a staff meeting. You could also do it during a pep rally. So think about popular sing-along type songs. Obviously, you got like Don't Stop Believing. Think about like Shoot from Salt and Pepper. Think about Ice Ice Baby, where you can stop the music and whoever the person is with the mic, or sometimes we would do it by departments, that group has to finish the lyrics and continue singing the rest of that verse or the rest of that chorus of that song. Relay tic-tac-toe. If you've never seen this before, get on YouTube when we get done here today and look up Relay tic-tac-toe. It's a super, super fun game. Again, you could do this during a staff meeting. You could also do it during a pep rally and incorporate some of your students there with Relay tic-tac-toe as well. Staffulty meeting bingo. We all, myself included, we all have these things that we say over and over and over again, these different phrases that are used commonly at your school. And so I've created bingo boards that you can customize. You can give those out to every staff member. And then for the first 2 or 3 winners of each staff meeting, you can have different prizes that they could win for staffulty meeting bingo. Rock, paper, scissors tournament. Again, think about those staff meetings. This is an easy way. You could start the meeting or you could end the meeting. This is obviously super quick, super fun game that you can play. Rock, paper, scissors tournament. The winner gets some kind of prize. A balloon prize board. We would blow up balloons and when we would put pieces of paper with prizes on them on the inside. So beat the traffic pass, a free jeans week, early dismissal from school one day, providing lunch from a local business. And then they would use darts, and whichever balloon they popped, they would win that prize. Now, if you don't trust your colleagues with sharp objects, which I get in some cases, maybe they have to pop the balloon by sitting on it. There's obviously a lot of different ways there. But again, just another idea that you may be able to find useful for your campus. New teacher welcome baskets. And this goes for all of your staffulty members. So your secretaries, your bus drivers, anybody that's working on your campus. Before they ever step foot in their classroom or in their office, I have a basket on their desk full of Sharpies and ink pens and Post-it notes and all the things that teachers need, right? I've got some school swag in there so that they have something to wear on that first day of school or that first school spirit day. I've got a yearbook in there from last year so that they can start matching names with faces, but I want them to feel welcome and acclimated before they even step foot onto our classroom. Staffulty shirts. This is an easy thing that you can do. Every school year, we would have a different staffulty shirt created, and it can be very simple. The first year, ours was literally just a purple t-shirt. It had a panther paw, and it said PHS staffulty, and I would hand deliver those to every single staff member and say, hey, thank you so much for everything that you do here. We're going to wear these on the first day of school. We're going to have an unbelievable year, and we are so honored and so glad to have you as part of our staffulty here at Portland High School. A field trip. This is something from an administrator perspective. Sometimes I would surprise them. And so we're going to have a staff meeting today, but then they come in and I say, nope, don't even sit down. We're hopping on the bus and then we're going to the bowling alley, or we're going to a ropes course, or we're going to the skating rink. We're going to the movies. Again, how can I break up that monotony? How can I give back and provide some opportunities for them to have some fun in their jobs? Having a masseuse in the staff lounge during planning periods. They love that. Oh my gosh. And they can sit down in the chair and get a 10-minute massage. My staff members absolutely love that one. Tommy talked about this one, so I'm not going to go over it, but the hotel room door hanger, easy idea for your student leaders that they can do that thing there once a month. Department themed murals for each department, and they all get to design their own mural. And if they want to paint it, they can. If they didn't want to paint it, I would do it myself, but they all got to have ownership in what the mural was going to be at the entrance of their department. So it might be an idea for you there. North Stafford High School does this one, multiple staffulty awards. Instead of just having a teacher of the year, they also have a service staff of the year, a counselor of the year, a new teacher of the year. Obviously, you could expand this as far as you want it to go, but how can I shine the spotlight on as many different groups of people as possible? Random spirit weeks with fun dress up days that only the staff know about. So this isn't like a homecoming week, anything. This isn't like announced to the kids, anything, but it's just this random thing. And all of a sudden we have a secret service day and all your staff members are dressed like they're secret service members, or maybe it's dressed like a golfer day. One day we did a hockey player day. And so literally I've got my full goalie gear on and we got other guys in there with their rollerblades and all that good stuff on. Again, how can I break up that monotony of the school year? And then the last one I want to leave you with is this. My buddy, Dr. Jostens Renaissance, who's a superintendent in Wisconsin and an unbelievable speaker, he always says that everybody is somebody's child. And every time he says that, I instantly think about my mom, because it doesn't matter where I am or what I'm doing. But if I was in Pennsylvania right now in person and you took a picture of me and you posted on Facebook and you tagged me in that picture, my mom's going to see it. She's going to like it. She's going to comment on it. And then she's going to send me a message that says, I didn't know you were in Pennsylvania today. And I'm like, look, Mom, like I'm 43 years old. Like, you don't need to know where I am all the time, right? But everybody is somebody's child. And so everybody has somebody in their life that is significant to them, whether it's a parent, whether it's a spouse, maybe it's a child, an aunt, and an uncle. Find out who those people are for your staff members. And then once a month, go through there and make 4 or 5 phone calls to those significant other people and just brag on them. And talk about, hey, we are so honored and so blessed to have Scott here on our campus. What he does every single day with our kids, the impact that he makes on these young lives is absolutely just, you can't even put it into words. And we're so grateful for everything that Scott does here at our school. And I guarantee you, they're going to cry. And then when that staff member goes home and they hear about that conversation, they're going to cry. Everybody wants to be seen. They want to be heard. They want to be loved. Everybody is somebody's child. That's an easy thing that you can do there that I promise you will make a big impact with your staff members. And then the last thing here is this, being a rock star educator, having a mentor. A lot of schools have these mentor programs, right? And that's great, but having a friend is even better. And you can do this even as teachers, right? Like, you don't need a title to lead. Visit other teachers' classrooms and pop in there on a regular basis. How are your classes? How are you dealing with, the kid that nobody can ever figure out a way to get in touch with them, right? And then most important question you can ask, how are you doing? Making sure that you're checking on them as individual people. Obviously, there's a million things going on in the world of education, and I think that's the most important question that you can ask somebody. How are you doing? I know that was a lot. I know that I talk super fast, but I wanted to get through all of those things there. Hopefully you got some ideas that you can use. Again, I'll share that presentation with Scott so that you guys can have that out there. And if there's anything that I can do to help out, as always, you guys know that's why I'm here. I also want to make sure that you guys know, and this literally just became official this morning, that myself and John Paul Gonzalez will be at Anvil Cleona High School on March the 8th. Coming up. So watch registration. It literally just became an official date this morning. Registration hasn't opened yet, but it will be opened very soon. It'll be a totally an event that is at no charge to you, courtesy of your Jostens reps. If you're not familiar with John Paul, he is an unbelievable human being and a phenomenal speaker. His whole message about being all in, I promise you that you will walk away from that event and you're going to be a better person, a better human being, a better student leader, a better educator, just from being around John Paul. So we're super excited about that. Again, it's coming up on March the 8th, and we'll have more information. Scott and Carissa and your reps will have more information about that here very, very soon, but we're super excited to get back out there to Pennsylvania.
Folks, this guy could keep going. He could keep moving. Real quick, before we let you go, PC, off top of your head, Jostens Renaissance Global Conference in July. Give us some details.
Absolutely. So JRGC is going down July the 13th through the 15th, and it's going to be at the Hilton Anatole Resort Hotel in Dallas, Texas. If you've never been to the Jostens Renaissance Global Conference before, it is the single greatest educational conference on the planet, and it's not even close. And I said that before I ever even worked for Jostens. I went to that conference for the first time in 2010, and it completely changed my life. It blew my mind, and it totally reframed the way that I see and the way that I execute in the world of education, if there's a way for you to come and to bring some of your student leaders, and I think that's what probably my favorite part is, it's not just educators, right? It's student leaders there as well. Last year we had about 1,700 people, and out of that 1,700, we probably had about 500 student leaders that were there. And just the energy, the excitement, it's one of those things you have to see it to believe it, and it only takes once. Like you go to that thing one time, and it's like you'll never miss it again. You're going to get so many different ideas and so much inspiration. I promise you, you'll come back and you're going to be absolutely on fire and ready to start the new school year. So registration will open for that. In a perfect dream world, we always aim for early March. March 1st is always our goal. But somewhere in that vicinity, you want to register as early as you can because of the tiered pricing levels. So make sure that you keep an eye out on Jostens Renaissance social media, and I'm sure that Scott and Carissa will keep you guys informed on that as well. But it is a game changer in the world of education, and I hope that you guys can make it down to Dallas this summer.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Energizer Bunny. There he is. Hey, PC, we appreciate you taking time today. Thank you very much.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me, Scott, and thanks to all you guys. I hope you have a great semester. And again, reach out if there's anything that we can do to help.